Hi guys, I'm back with another review. This time will be of Ozark season 3. This is probably like my favorite show so far this year, which it hasn't been really been a great year. A lot of bad things been happening. But yeah, when I'm talking about TV shows, like this is the best thing I've seen so far. It also has the best acting I've seen so far this year with a specific actor, which I'll get to him later when I'm talking about his character. But yeah, this was a great follow up to season 2, which when I first watched season 2, that was like I just felt like that truly felt like Breaking Bad in some ways, and I actually liked it. I liked season 2 more than some of Breaking Bad seasons. Looking back now, I don't know if I'd say like definitely the first three, maybe the first two seasons. Like basically, I'd enjoy season 2 more than the first two seasons of Breaking Bad. Yeah, that's how I can think with that. Season 3, think about it now, like all the things that season did, and how it set up season 4 as well. Because when it comes to Ozark season 3, definitely doesn't touch season 4, season 5. Like that's TV at its best. Yeah, it's still a good season now. I definitely enjoyed Better Call Saul this year. It's definitely one of the best seasons. But yeah, Ozark season 3, definitely still the best one I've watched so far this year. I'm also looking out for The Boys season 2. I don't know if I'll review season 1 before that, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, this was a great season. I'm kind of surprised who ended up as my, or could, because normally like it's like a Pacific character who's my favorite. There was actually someone who I was thinking like wasn't really gonna offer anything to this season, which I'm still talking about that same character who had the best acting in this season. It's like later on, they did more of the character. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about each character and like what they did this season. So yeah, let's get into that. All right, guys, we're gonna start with Wendy. So yeah, just letting you guys know, spoilers. There's gonna be a spoiler review. I think I should put that on the title as well. Well, for the rest of the reviews that I do, since I'm gonna be talking about them fully. But yeah, I'm starting with Wendy, and I don't know why I picked this picture because this scene doesn't actually happen. It's just a dream. I was thinking that it actually happens. She actually points out the husband, but she doesn't really. It was just something she was thinking about in her dream. But whatever about that scene, since it didn't really go anywhere, and it was like in the thumbnail of the show as well. I was thinking, is she actually gonna go that far? Because they have like kind of a rivalry, this season, with what they should do and what we should do about the kids and like their safety and everything with the business that they're winning, which is a casino. I can't remember who's trying to ruin the casino. Oh yeah, it's the husband who's trying to win it, right? And then she's trying to make something out of it, but that goes down the line. No, goes downhill soon into the season. But yeah, the husband's not really liking what she's doing, like working with the new cartel boss who they're working with, which I'll talk about him later. But yeah, we definitely did some interesting things and put her more into the spotlight compared to other seasons, which was cool to see. We did a lot with her character this season as well. Yeah, I also liked that I found out that she has a brother as well, which we'll talk about him later, and how they end stuff with the brother, which just shows what her character's capable of. If Marty, say, had a sibling who came here and then started making trouble, I wonder if he'd be able to make the same choice. But yeah, should I talk about that now or later? Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about it now. Well, just a little bit. But yeah, Wendy basically kills her brother because the brother starts making trouble, and I can't really fully explain it right now unless I'm talking about the character, her brother. But yeah, I'm just shocked that she actually made that choice because the moment I saw that Pacific Hitman, I think we see him like in the first scene of the season when he kills those people. Yeah, and then what he does to that therapist as well. Yeah, the moment I saw him, I was like, oh no, he's screwed. And then finding out, that Wendy actually sent him there, like told him where her brother was. And yeah, I was shocked with that because her character's capable of doing something like that. Because I could see how much she loved him. Like I liked their chemistry together, and that was before I started to like the brother more. Which that's the character who I've been talking about. It was my favorite character this season. Her brother. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna talk more about him when I get to him. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked what Wendy's done this season. The things she's been able to do, and working with that cartel boss, like getting phone calls from him on what to do. Everything that happened with the husband as well. When he gets taken to Mexico, and then she basically thinks, could he be dead? She probably wasn't believing that he could be dead, and there was a lot of suspicions with that as well. When it came to that detective who's watching the casino because she thinks some suspicious stuff is going on there as well. I think by the end of the season, she was going to end up dead, that detective, if she gets too close, because that normally happens. But yeah, Wendy has definitely been an interesting character this season. I don't know what they're going to do with her next season and how they end things. But you can tell that the cartel boss is going to let her live with who the cartel boss decides to kill instead. But yeah, also, what else? I'm not sure what else I should say about her. I think I've covered most of the stuff. Because, just that decision she made at the end, I wasn't expecting that. That shocked me. That, she needed to protect her family. And how things was going with the brother, like, they was going to end up dead. And she had to make that choice. She did make some hard decisions this season. And the husband wasn't always in support of those decisions, but she had to make them. I wonder where they'd be if they tried to run away or something like that, or if they stick to the husband's plan. I wonder how things would have went. But yeah, let's talk about him now. So we talk about Marty now. So yeah, like the plan. I just know that he had like a plan that would get him out there as soon as possible, but was it really like the safest plan? Because the moment he tries to find out, I mean, the moment when he does find out about what his wife actually wants to do, the casino and everything, and working with that cartel boss, like he doesn't really want that to happen because it probably put him more in danger. But things got her by the end of the season anyway, and who knows what kind of trouble they're gonna be in going into season 4. But yeah, his plan doesn't really work. Also, him getting taken in that episode, and Wendy's brother trying to follow him when he gets taken, but then gets stopped, because getting the gun pointed at him. And then what happens with Marty while he's locked up until he finally says what he really feels, which I could always tell how he kind of felt. I always think like of Walter White when it comes to his character with how he actually feels. And you could tell that Walter always likes to win. Yeah, he gets so much satisfaction from that, and I could tell that Marty was similar with that as well. And he didn't really let him go until he admitted it. And while he was locked up, he was like thinking of his past. Like he used to play this game, his arcade game. Was he? I don't know if he was ever able to beat it. And then like later on when he gets out, like he does buy it as well, so he was able to play it again. Yeah, I don't know what that actually means, or just nostalgic for him or something. But yeah, if someone can explain that for me, then that'd be nice. Like why he decided to get that machine back when he gets out. But yeah, also like while he's doing that, playing that game, like he's basically in a hospital, right? Is that in the same place? I think it's in the same place. And then like his father, he's like dying as well. His mother saying like not to waste money on arcade games and stuff. But yeah, let's get back to the present when he does get out. So yeah, when he does get out, he just wants to get things back to normal. And I think not long after, that's when one of my favorite characters gets attacked. He's like there to support her and just make sure like when things go back to normal. Like for her, he makes sure she's okay and she's ready to work again, which she didn't really have to work again that fast. But yeah, he's just trying to get with what Wendy's doing since his plan's not really working. Yeah, like I'm just kind of thinking what to say because they don't really do a lot with his character in this season compared to other seasons. It's like a lot of scenes he'd normally get like went to Wendy, since she's actually getting the phone calls from that higher up. Yeah, like, basically most of the stuff what happened with him is when he gets captured. When they finally let him go, it's because he basically like some accounts were getting frozen, and he basically tells them how to unfreeze them with what he needs to do, what a cartel guy needs to do. But yeah, I haven't really got much else to say because I don't really do that much of him this season. Hope we get to see a lot more of the next season. And if he's still got a plan to get out of this situation with what they're left with, which, I'll talk about that at the end. Yeah, let's move on to the next character. Alright, so now we talk about Umar Navarro. It was definitely a good follow up to the, previous, well, not previous, like the season one. I don't even know if I should call him like a villain, but, the previous cartel boss that was dealing with. Yeah, it's a good follow up to him. I definitely prefer the other one because he just felt like someone you'd definitely fear. But by the end of the season, like I guess it could be on that level, with how the season ends. I'm probably just gonna bring it up in by the end of me talking about this character, but yeah. So when they basically takes orders from him, and man, when things go on, like he doesn't mess about. Like I said, he takes Marty and locks him up, and like he doesn't really explain what happens to him, until it's time. So like she's just like scared. Like definitely put characters in situations where they actually feeling with what's going on, and then everything that happens with Wendy's brother as well. But yeah, she had to answer a lot to him, and if he doesn't like what's going on, like he doesn't mess about. He also has a son, right? And he's getting baptized. Like there's basically a shootout, and there's like another one at the end. It's kind of weird what he does, where he kills one of his partners, like the season two villain, should I say? And as a fan favorite of that character as well, which I'll talk about her next, because I was kind of surprised that they kill her. But yeah, I'm going to talk about her after. Yeah, it's definitely a good follow up. I still prefer the previous one, and I mean like the one from season one. Like it was pretty cool, and from that, from early, from the basically the first episode, he was definitely someone you would fear, and it's kind of the one who started this whole situation that the family's in. Yeah, it's definitely a good follow up to him. And I still prefer the season two villain, which we get to see her again in. I don't know. Should I even call him villains? But and yeah, I'm just calling villains. Like I call Gus a villain, and he's like one of my favorite villains of all time. So yeah. So he probably like rank at the bottom, but he's still pretty good. He put characters in mess up situations as well. So yeah, he was a cool character, and it seems like we're still going to see him a lot in season 4, especially with the situation that they get put in. I also forgot to mention another thing for Marty. The detective, and what Navarro wanted, because that was the other deal as well. I forgot. So yeah, Marty was supposed to turn the detective who's onto the casino. Which is not really onto it. She's just like surveilling it to see if there's anything odd going on. And his goal was to turn her. And it seems like things don't work out that way. So I don't know what's going to happen with that storyline. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that was another part of the plan as well. For him, anyway. But yeah, by the end of the season, they basically get on the plane. The detective's saying not to get on the plane, well, to Mai anyway. Can't remember what she was thinking, why not to get on the plane. But I knew it was going to lead to something bad anyway once he got inside. By the time they land, that's where the season ends. Like, one of my favorite characters, the season 2 villain, gets killed, and they just have her blood all over them, all over Marty and Wendy, and I just don't know where that's gonna go. they obviously basically replaced her partnership anyway, and they're basically stuck into this now. There's no way they're gonna be able to escape. Like they're fully into this now. They're in deep. This is the direction that Wendy wanted to go, so this is how it's gone. But yeah, he's a good villain, and we'll see more what to do with him. Alright, I'm going to talk about the next character. Alright, so we'll talk about Helen Pierce now. She was like not my favorite character, because it's always been like a specific character for the first 2 seasons, and it kind of changed going into season 3. But yeah, Helen Pierce was a really good villain in season 2, because I loved her in Jessica Jones season 2. I liked her more than Kilgrave when it came to her being a villain and what they do with her anyway. It's kind of like what they was doing with the Marvel characters in 2018, where you actually sympathize with them, or at least agree with what they're actually doing. Like, you low-key understand what they're doing, yeah. Like, she got that kind of vibe in, Jessica Jones. Well, maybe not the understanding, more like the sympathy part of what I was saying. But yeah, she's okay in the season. She's taking orders from that new cartel boss, Navarro. And it kind of sucks that she dies at the end. But she's also in a situation where, Martison's going to kill her as well. She gets killed, 10 minutes later from the cartel boss, Navarro. So it didn't really matter. And I wonder where his character's going to go into the next season. So yeah, I'm interested what to do with him. But yeah, did we get to see Helen's family the last season? Because I can't really remember. So I think that's the first time we get to see them. So yeah, like the daughter's there, and she just basically doesn't know anything what her mother's doing. But later on, she gets to find out, especially when especially when the brother, like when his brother comes and starts talking, because I haven't got to his character yet, but basically he has a condition where just simple things can make him flip out. And the way how he portrayed that was just so excellent, and he's probably like my favorite actor so far this year. And I'm kind of surprised, since Iron Fist, I didn't think he would have that much good with. I just didn't know he was that good of an actor, and I was just surprised. The last few episodes. I can't even remember which episode it was. Like either episode 6 or 7, where I was like, "Wow, I didn't know this actor could be this good." Because in Iron Fist, he was okay, but damn, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, she was okay in this season. I like how she basically hires that hitman who I was talking about, who we see in like the first scene. She basically kills that therapist, and then she's gonna put on a hit for the brother as well, Wendy's brother. And I'm surprised that Wendy actually helps with that as well, instead of helping him escape, which I thought that was that direction that it was gonna go into. But I know she wasn't gonna be able to stay with him forever. But all the times he was getting him into more and more trouble, and using burner phones and everything. It was, it was kind of obvious that he wasn't gonna make it out of this. Oh man. So yeah, that sucks. But yeah, I definitely prefer more in season two. Like she was excellent in that season, since she was basically the main villain for that season. She's more like a subordinate in this season, with a new cartel boss around, and just take orders from him. So she feels more like a lapdog this season than her actual own character. And I just wonder how the daughter's going to be. She's probably going to get sent back. Like the father's probably going to, pick her up and that. And I guess she hated her husband for the things that she did to him. Getting him beat up as well. But I guess she's going to go back to the father, the daughter. And yeah, it does suck that she dies, but I just don't know what else I was going to do with her character if she lived anyway. But yeah, I think I'm just going to talk about two more characters now, and then I'll just have a summary of the season. So yeah, before I talk about the last two characters, I'm just going to talk about these other two characters real quick. So yeah, Shelby, like, she's just like the therapist. She basically gets paid from both Wendy and Marty to, lie about tell her like a lie about each other, like both basically give encouragement to one another, but they basically don't realize they're both paying her, and basically find out about that later. And then it's kind of funny how she gets good of as well, since she basically knows their business, and she's not really discreet about it. She like buys like this Lamborghini or something. I can't remember what car it is, and that doesn't really end well for her, since she gets noticed with that as well. Going next to Navarro's subordinates with that car, you're not going to survive. So she basically gets that hitman after her, and she gets put in a body bag afterwards. Yeah, that was a pretty bad move. But yeah, she was like an okay character in this season. She didn't really last long, but yeah. Well, she lasted until the end, but she's not like a character who's going to go into another season. But yeah, let's talk about the other one. So yeah, you probably recognize this guy from Power, who plays as Tommy. So initially he's called Frank, and I think he's close friends with one of the bosses, the higher ups, and basically makes some trouble with Roth. My favorite character for the last two seasons, but that kind of changed in going into this season. It was basically still my favorite up until episode 6 and 7, where the other characters started to do a lot more. But yeah, he basically gets to a situation where Frank thinks Roth did something to him and his boys, and he basically gets in trouble for that. So then he beats up Roth, and which that's just kind of messed up. She like nearly dies as well. But yeah, he gets messed up afterwards. They kind of had like a rivalry this season anyway. But Levin's how things go for him later with one of Roth's friends. I think he gets his penis shot. Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, he was like an okay character to have. Wasn't really in the show much. It was like 3 or 4 episodes. But yeah, it was good to see his face. Alright, so Roth Lamar. She's been like my favourite character from season 1 and 2. I guess a bit of this season. The first 5 episodes. Even though they were starting to give Wendy a lot of spotlight this season. She was still my favourite. up until like the last few episodes after episode 5. Yeah, because she was like the character who got to do the cool things for me anyway. And it's kind of funny how she, chucks Frank off the flipping boat of the casino. Yeah, that's a funny scene. And the kind of rivalry she has with him, but it kind of escalates near the end. But yeah, she basically keeps track of everything and what's going on in the casino. Yeah, she did have an important role this season with that stuff. And then she basically quits when things get bad, especially when they don't get proper revenge for what Frank does to her, because she wants him dead. Since Frank nearly killed her. I can't remember if that's the reason why she quits. And then Helen, she wants to recruit her with the cartel and that, but I'm kind of happy she turned that down and went with that other character instead. Yeah, I'm kind of happy that she went with Darlene, and we're gonna see where that goes. At least she'll be with Wyatt again. Which Darlene and Wyatt, that was a weird thing to do, putting them together. And yeah, she gets in a relationship with my favorite character of this season, which was, well, I was okay with it, but it still felt a bit weird. And then he dies anyway, so. But yeah, by the end of the season, I wish he survived somehow. He probably would just made more trouble though. That's the only thing. But this is my favorite character for this season, and it's probably had the best acting in the show so far. And we'll just see who becomes my favorite character in the fourth season. Maybe I'll just revert back to her, or well, I'm kind of liking what they're doing with Darlene, because I wasn't really a big fan of Darlene, but yeah, doing a lot with her in this season to make me like her. She was kind of one of those characters you just despise, but I'm starting to like her, even though she has that weird relationship with Wyatt, and I don't know if she agrees with it. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if she agrees with that relationship, but she's working with Darlene now, so we'll just see where that goes. But yeah, I didn't do like an awful lot with her, but she's still got a lot of time now. More than Marty, like they barely used him compared to the last 2 seasons. But yeah, she's still a character where she'd probably be my favorite again. But she's having some competition right now with Darlene, because I really liked her this season. Not near as much as Raph, but she's still my favorite girl. But yeah, let's move on to the last character, and the best character this season, and probably like the best acting I've seen so far this year. So Tom Pelfer plays as Ben Davis, my favorite character this season, and the best acting I've seen so far this year. And it didn't really come to be my favorite character this season until episode 6 or 7. I just can't remember which episode it was. But it was basically the last 4 or 5 where his character actually started to shine. And I kind of appreciate the other stuff that they showed before now. Before he became my favorite character. And like his introduction, like we're given a sign what kind of character he is, and what he's actually going through. So yeah, what I said before is that he has an illness where just the simplest things could make him flip out and do things that he regrets afterwards. So when Mindy saw that Wolf and them were getting together, she was thinking that something bad could happen there. But yeah, that's not really what makes him go crazy in the end, anyway. But man, I kind of heard some fans saying that he could be still alive. But I'm not really sure. We don't see a body, but they basically hint that he is dead and he's inside that thing. So I'm not really sure. It would be amazing if he is alive. But what would they do with his character? Maybe they'd show a scene where he's actually alive, just hiding somewhere. and it doesn't come out of hiding until they've taken care of, the current cartel boss. And it's not like they have someone to kill him, and I think it's going to be more careful than the previous one. So yeah, I think he could be alive, but I'm not sure. Maybe there is a chance, but I don't understand how he could be alive. I think I need to check out them theories and see what people are saying, because that hitman in particular, he definitely makes sure he kills all of his targets. So yeah, I don't think he'd be alive, but just hoping that he is, that'd be good. So yeah, there is a chance there, but yeah, definitely some amazing acting from this actor, man. Tom Peldrew did such an amazing job. I just wasn't expecting that on those last 4 or 5 episodes, because when he came in, I was like, what's the purpose of this character? But and it's not really until the late part of the season where we actually realize what he's acting, why he's actually there, and it kind of adds more to Wendy's character as well. And then what happens at the end when she has to make the hard choice to have him killed. I just like how Navarro didn't really have proper sympathy for it. It's just saying that it's just something that you had to do anyway. Man, even though it did show loyalty, it was still messed up that she had to do that. And just, man, some of those scenes, like one in particular way, what shocked me is when it was basically when he flipped out on that guy in the bar. Yeah, it was the bar scene, just for a little thing, and he's like put in prison as well. I don't think he was supposed to be there for long anyway. Maybe he basically gets let out and then he just does something again. Or was it? I can't remember which time when he. Wait, which one does it go? I can't remember if that's what he does first or that's like the thing that puts him in that situation where he's gonna have to be put in the place where. Basically, a place where he didn't want to go anyway. And his reaction to that is just like, wow, this guy can act. I should be seeing him a lot more, man. Because, yeah, that acting, the way Harry acted when he didn't want to go to that place. Because it was the best thing to do for him afterwards. But then, oh, wait, no, oh, yeah, that's what happens. He doesn't go to prison twice. From what he did to that guy in the bar, beating him up, probably nearly killing him. I think he gets put in prison. But does he do something bad again? And then I just don't know if that was the second bad thing he did, or he did something before then. And then the third thing he does is when he confronts, Helen, and the daughter's there as well, and she doesn't really like that, and she wants him killed in that moment. And that's when they try to put him in hiding, and then we know how that ends. The basically is going to be put in the place where where they put the special or crazy people who are not fully well. They're not all there, and his reaction to that, that's all I'm trying to say. I just wasn't expecting that. How he just kept saying no, but it just, oh my god. And how Wendy reacted, oh man. That was like pretty sad. And then when trying to, like, after he confronted Helen and all that, and she's probably gonna want him dead, how Wendy tried to help him, hide out, and how he kept messing up and just saying how he's putting him in danger, and his reaction to all that, man. And just Wendy just trying to help him. Yeah, that was just some good acting right there, man. I wasn't expecting all of that from him. Yeah. Because from Iron Fist, like, he was just okay. And it was the role that he was given. So this role definitely showed his true potential. And I heard in a quote of his that this was like his dream job. And I can kind of see why, because it definitely showed what he's actually capable of. And I need to see some of his other roles. I just don't know if he has this good of acting as well. I just really want to see more from him after this, man. And I don't know if he's gonna get another season somehow, or we see him in the MCU. But I just don't know if they'd even do much of his character, because he was okay in Iron Fist, but this, wow. I just really want to see more from this actor after this, because I watched a movie before. Has like an actor from Pulp Fiction, and the way how they portray mental illness, it was just treated like a joke, and just looked at it in such a simple way, but they went a lot more into it with Ozark season 3 when they introduced this character. I just felt like, what do we really do with this character when they first bring him in the show? And that introduction scene, I didn't know what to think of it, but then when they actually explained his condition and all that, that made me realize. And now he needs to keep up with these meds and all that to keep him in the right mind, so he doesn't flip out on just anything. Because imagine if he flipped up on Roth. Like, imagine instead of Frank beating her up like it was Ben. He definitely would be my favourite character then. But yeah, I'm definitely impressed with this actor now, and I just hope to see him in much stuff in the future. Alright guys, time to talk about the final verdict. So, what would I rate this season? Why I paid attention to every episode. Like, I enjoyed every episode, so everything that was going on in the season. So I think I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Season 2, 10 out of 10. And season 1, 9 out of 10. Or maybe 9.2. Nah, I think that's stretching. Yeah, that's definitely stretching. I feel like giving it less, really. 8.6, yeah. Because 8.6 was a good start, but I didn't love this show until season 2. That showed what this show could do, man. It's definitely something good to watch if you're a fan of Breaking Bad. And season 3, still proves that. Better Saw, though, this season, it definitely felt more like Breaking Bad, and it did so much better stuff than the previous season. And yeah, Ozark season 3, definitely really good. You should check it out if you've never watched it. It's the perfect time to binge it while we're waiting for this to be over, this situation, the quarantine. And yeah, I'm just curious to see what season 4 brings, and when to expect it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Laters.